As you get into the part of the week, how have the preparations been going for you all?
Yeah, preparation's been going good. Obviously, this is an unusual week, coming off a bye week. So we got that extra day on Monday to come out here and practice, and then obviously tomorrow being Thanksgiving, going to be a little shorter day, but, we'll bump things up earlier and still get all the work we need to get in. But it's been going great so far. We're going to go out here. We got our preparation in, like I said. Monday we kind of had a few ideas, and then, went back Tuesday, tweaked some, and then coming in here today ready to work.
Does it feel any different for you now, this time around?
No. For me, I think at the end of the day, practice games, it's going out there playing free, going out there playing with the sense of, not to mess things up. When you do that, you start to play slow, start to second guess, like I've talked about before. And so, just going out there, this next game, playing on Sunday, out here today at practice, playing free, playing with passion. That's something that we talk about as a team, as an offense, playing with energy and passion and just letting that show.
Were you starting to second guess?
I wouldn't say that. Like I said, I feel like there was a couple things, and whether it was throughout the game plan or whatever, that I would second guess. Like I said, that plays hesitant, that plays slow. That's where you see a lot of mistakes, not only at the quarterback position, but, whether it's someone blocking, someone in coverage, you think he's running this and you try to jump it and it doesn't happen right. So, not only from my position, but everyone's position, I think, ever since we were a little kid, you're just told to play fast, play physical. And a lot of times, coaches would rather you, instead of thinking about, how do I do this right or how do I make the play right, they would rather you see you go out there and just play fast and play physical.
Des, what's the mentality of this team right now after, 3 consecutive losses? Would be easy for players to kind of get down on themselves maybe, but, they have been very close losses that have just been kind of on a razor's edge, so.
Yeah, like you said, you would think that, a team might be, we're down and out or whatever it may be, but we have everything in front of us. We still have the division in front of us, we have this game in front of us, and we have everything that we want to go get in front of us. So, this team is hungry. We got a lot of great leaders, a lot of great vets who have been around the league, who have been on teams who have started 2-6 and went to the playoffs, or have started, 8-2 and then, finished even or whatever it may have been. And so, all the guys on the team are ready to go. Know that we have a great opportunity in front of us, a great opportunity to go out there and showcase, what we've been working towards in terms of playing our best ball and putting all 3 phases on film.
Cam Jordan's 34. Did you see any slowing down in his game there on film?
No, there ain't any slowing down in his game and Calais' game. It seems to be it doesn't matter the age. It's all about the love of the game, and, everyone in our positions is going to go until we can't. But no, there's no slowing down. He plays the game with speed and passion, like we said. And he's been around, obviously, the game for a long time. So he knows his way to finesse and be able to take some things off of his body.
And Demario Davis, I think he's Pro Bowler or All-Pro, second team last 2 years, and All-Pro the 1 year before that, 19. What makes him so good operating there in the middle of that defense? Yeah,
obviously he's comfortable in the system. Like I said, he's another vet player that's able and seen a lot of ball. So he's able to, and he stays calm. I watched, I think it was something in the off season where he had a little interview and just the way, he approaches life, he approaches the game. He has a very mature demeanor, very positive demeanor, and he goes out there and shows that on film. He doesn't show, frantic, scatter going everywhere. He controls the defense, being able to get everyone lined up, making the calls. Then, like I said, this whole thing is playing fast, playing physical, and that's what he does.
In the secondary, the Devo kids got 4 interceptions. They got 12. What do you have to be, careful about with their secondary over there?
Yeah, like I said, that's right there, D. That's when you start to get into trouble, is when you start to play careful. What we're going to do is trust what we do out here on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, trust our practice, trust our training and what we've been trained to do, and we're going to go out there and play fast.
Obviously, it's a different situation because you have 12 starts underneath you, but does this feel anyway kind of like last year too, coming off the bye, facing the Saints?
No, completely different, yeah. Last year was, first game, going down there, no clue what NFL ball is going to treat me. You know, now I got my toes in the water. You know, been around it a block or two. And so, like I said, now it's just exciting, ready to get back out there, obviously, to have the opportunity to be back out there. You know, just going to take full advantage of it.
I know I asked you this on Monday, but what was the thing that you, maybe if you drill down a little more, the thing you maybe took the most from being able to watch and get that kind of perspective, almost like a coach, like when you, now that you've kind of been in the week of it, it's like something you look at and say, yeah, maybe I didn't see that, or maybe I didn't understand it quite as much.
I would just say seeing everyone's overall energy when things go wrong, things go good. Just making sure that, you know, we're playing with passion. I think if you guys take anything, it's, you know, seeing everyone, like I said, all 53 guys playing with speed and passion. And, you know, sometimes you get into the games, you get going, and like I said, things may become whatever it is, lull or whatever, and guys may zone out or whatever it may be. But if everyone's just locked in for 60 minutes on all sides of the ball, all phases, playing fast, playing with speed, playing physical, I think you'll see a very dominant Atlanta Falcons team out there.
You mentioned that your preparation wouldn't change much whether you were starting or on the bench. What were some of those things that you kept doing these last couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, doing the same things. Like I said, and you guys know, you know, leading the meetings, you know, meeting guys with extra time. But like I said, you know, it didn't matter, you know, whether it was last year as soon as I got here or, you know, 4 or 5 years from now, whatever it may be. I'm going to come in every single day, just as everyone else does, preparing to be a starter. It doesn't matter where you're at, you know, around the league. It doesn't matter, you know, what round you got drafted in or how many stars you had in high school. It's about the players that are going to play with the most effort, the most passion. And so I feel like, you know, that's just what I've tried to do, is just try to come in every single day as if I was a starter. And, you know, if the circumstances happen where I wasn't, such as the past couple of weeks, I'm going to be ready to go when my name is called.
And how did that help you then when you had to step up in Arizona unexpectedly?
Yeah, I think obviously just being prepared, being ready to go. And like I said, obviously, you know, playing Arizona, it wasn't, you know, playing in the Super Bowl game, but it's just being prepared for every moment that comes. Obviously, I didn't get to do that last year as far as, you know, coming in as a so-called backup, whereas, you know, I was just kind of put into the starter role. And so that was, you know, my first true time as being a backup and coming into a game since maybe like 2017, 2018, whatever it may have been. So, you know, that was a first experience. And obviously, you know, I credit not only myself, but everyone else to be able to just go in there and have a smooth transition, keep the ball moving forward, and, you know, obviously score points at the end of it. But, you know, I would say, you know, one of the biggest things that I also took away was, you know, last year I got to obviously learn under Marcus and see how he went about things. But then I got to see Taylor. See how he does as a starter, how he prepares, you know, and if there's anything different with him. And, you know, I just felt like, you know, Taylor was a lot more open and as far as communicative with, you know, Rags and Art of, you know, what he felt like he liked, what he felt like he didn't like. And so, you know, I felt that there was a different sense of that coming from Taylor.
How did the way Taylor handled this situation help you?
Yeah, I mean, Taylor's done a great job. Like I said, you know, he came in, obviously, and, you know, they told him his role coming in, and he's done a great job of that, like I said. And then when things flip, you know, like I said, and I told him, you know, roles don't change, whatever it may be. You know, now I'm your guy. Like, whatever you need, you know, I got you. And that's how he's been with me the entire year and still to this day. And, you know, that's how it'll always be. And like we said, we had a talk, you know, early on when things got changed, and he was like, hey, I don't want nothing to get in between us. I said, brother, like, we'll never let that happen. Like, we're good in this room, the quarterback room. We know that in this job, in this profession, it's only one of us that's going to be out there playing. So the other guy's job is just to go out there and help. So he's done a great job in all of his roles.
If you look back in history, sorry, Mike. You look back in history, there have been guys who've been in your situations. They sit in the sun bench for a couple of weeks or how many weeks. They come back. For some of them it goes well. For some of them it doesn't go well. Have you looked at any of those situations to try to gain some information, or is that all sort of immaterial to you?
No, there's been, you know, one or two, I don't know the exact names, but that have been brought up. Obviously, you know, coaches, you know, brought me in, talked to me, and, you know, just, you know, whether it's DB coach, whatever it is, just guys that have been around the league for a long time, just come up and let me know that, you know, obviously, you know, when things happened a couple of weeks ago, like, wasn't like, you know, the end of my career. And so that, you know, there's bigger and better things ahead for myself. And so, you know, I just took that and just ran with it, just knowing that, you know, my opportunity is going to come again. And like I said, when it does, just take full advantage of it.
So folks have mentioned specific examples to you in the last couple of weeks of guys who have done it.
For sure. Yeah.
You just said that you saw how Taylor operated, and he was very open. And were you maybe not as open before? Was that something maybe you weren't doing as much? Or?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I wasn't not as open, but there was a different form of just say communication. It was a different way that I didn't even see last year with Marcus. I didn't feel like I really did that at Cincinnati. I kind of just went with it. And so it was just different. It's a new experience, new guy. Like I said, everyone learns different, everyone gets coached different. And so you just see it different ways. And I'm sure, if Logan was in there and Logan was at the one spot, he'd have it a different way too. So, like I said, it's just growth, it's just experience. With everyone, obviously Taylor's been in the league for a little while, so he's been around a couple teams. He's seen it done a different couple ways, and obviously that's the best way that helps him. And so, it's just interesting to see how it all worked out.
So do you feel like this week you've been maybe more open than you've been in the past after seeing how that operated?
Yeah, I would say there's definitely a little more open than in previous. But still, like I said, still just staying within my system, what works for me, what works for us. But like I said, yeah, I still feel like it kind of like clicked in my head, like something that might be a little different or something that might help you. So just like I said, it wasn't going up in there saying, hey, this needs to be this, hey, this needs to be this, I'm not comfortable with this or whatever, but more so just, tweaking little things, whatever it may be.
You mentioned like being able to like control your own destiny moving forward. Do you feel like the bye week came at an optimal time this season? Does it feel like a fresh start?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, you wanted to go in that bye week, at least getting, one or two of those wins, which we didn't. Obviously, so it was a good time for, obviously the quarterbacks, but everyone else on the team to get away both mentally and physically, and to come back and, to know that what we have in front of us is all great things. And so, we've all talked about that as a team, just coming out here. All we got to do is go out there Sunday and win one game. We'll let everything else take care of itself when it comes down the road. But we're going to go out here, win today on Wednesday, win Thursday, and then ultimately go out there and win the day on Sunday.
I know you mentioned getting back to playing just fast and physical. Is it basically just avoiding overthinking? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Yeah, 100%. Not only from my position, but everyone's position. Like I said, and not just on offense either, on all phases of the ball. Everyone just go out there and not second guessing, not thinking that, they're going to make the mistake or what happens if I make this mistake, rather than going out there and just playing fast and, fixing that another day or whatever it may be, or we're going to correct it the next play. So I think, that's for the whole team, not just myself, just going out there playing fast.
Is it a challenge to do that when inevitably something's going to go wrong? Mm-hmm. You never play like a perfect game. Is it a challenge to stick to that when something does go?
Yeah, that's a challenge every single day, not only in football but in life as well. It's just, not, what happens when you get punched, but, how quick you're going to get back up and keep going. And so, like I said, that's for all of us.
When Mike asked you about comparing kind of the last year in New Orleans, you kind of chuckled. Like, is that just kind of thinking about where you were as a quarterback at that time versus now, and just how much more you have on your plate now at this point?
Yeah, I feel like obviously being obviously not only in the city of Atlanta but in this organization, in this offense, going on 2 years now. I feel like it's night and day, and there's still so much more that obviously can be done and can get better at. But yeah, it's obviously night and day. In terms of, where I feel like and where I was at mentally, physically, and just emotionally. But yeah, obviously there was a lot of nerves and, a lot of different things going through my head back then. And then now, like I said, it's just going out there playing free. You know everything. You know what to do. Now it's just go do it.
You've got guys in your locker room who game planned against you in that game last year. Do you find Ryan Nielsen or Caden or Anyamata and try and get in their heads this week?
Yeah, just try to pick their brain. And, like I said, they run similar scheme. Obviously, they're going to tweak things up and do a couple of different things. But then when you talk about guys like that, you talk about the personnel. How are they, not saying how are they inside and outside the building, but, what is their mentality? How are they playing like? Are they playing fast and physical, or are they going to play hesitant? Are they someone who second guesses or someone who might get confused with motion and this and that? More so rather than, the scheme of the game. Because we can go out there and we can watch, days and days of film, but we can get out there on Sunday and he could flip a whole new defense on us, and then we got to be ready to go. But if we know how, 29 plays, or we know how Matthew plays, then, it'll make it a little bit easier for us.
A couple of festive questions. Obviously, the one, what do you have to be thankful for this year?
I think the one thing that, I got to be thankful for, obviously a lot of things, but my family. And when I say my family, not only, my daughter and my wife and my mom and sister and pops, but, the family that I have here, the people that I have around me, just being able to come to work every single day in this beautiful profession, to be able to get paid to play essentially a children's game, to be able to still doing this as a 24-year-old, and then obviously, a lot of guys a lot older, but to hopefully continue to do this for many years to come. It's just a blessing to be out here, to come out here every single day, to come to work with the guys that I come to work with, and just go to play the game that I love.
When you're building that thing's been played, what's the must-haves?
Say must-haves, obviously, mashed potatoes and gravy. You got your turkey, deviled eggs, and then you gotta have some apple pie or peach pie, some peach cobbler with some ice cream at the end, make you go to sleep a little bit easier.
What's the respected number of plates?
Ooh, respected number of plates. For me personally, I'm like a 1.5. D said 2.5, so these are the table a little bit longer. I might get to the desserts a little bit quicker, but D's gonna savor that food a little bit longer.
Was there anything you guys had at the table that was like untraditional?
Nah. No. No.
All right, there's clearly something there.
I was gonna say it's for Christmas. For Christmas, we get a birthday cake and sing "Happy Birthday" to Jesus, even though Christmas isn't the exact day. But yeah, that's something my grandma did.
Do you have a turkey take? Like, are you like pro or against? Like, there's all these nowadays. Everybody's like, turkey, it's terrible.
Oh no, give me the turkey as long as it's I want to say moist, yeah, but I don't want to say something crazy, but yeah, as long as it's got some moisture to it and it's not dry, I'll take all that turkey.
Anything else? You're just like everybody else. Do you eat and then lay on the couch and watch football?
Oh yeah, as long as my daughter's not getting me out running around, there hopefully won't be too much of that this year. Hopefully she sees that my stomach's full and happy, so.
Did you just feed her a ton of turkey just to kind of?
Yeah, she loves any type brisket, turkey, ham. My wife went to go pick up the ham yesterday. And I guess she wanted to eat it in the store. And obviously my wife wasn't trying to allow that. So then we got home. My wife went to go get her nails done. She's like, "Dad, that fridge." So we get in the fridge, and she's like standing on the fridge. She's trying to pull the turkey out the fridge. I'm like, "Look, that's for Thursdays." But.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one. Happy early Thanksgiving.